Breaking news to pass along to you tonight out of Ukraine. The United Nations warning that as many as 4 million people could leave their homes, making this one of the largest refugee crises that we have seen in the world. People's entire lives packed up in a suitcase. For some, they're leaving with just the clothes on their back. This mom holding her child to escape the Russian invasion. And this all happening as other countries opening their borders and welcoming in Ukrainians. Challenges are massive, however. Correspondent Robert Sherman is live in Poland tonight near the Ukrainian border with the very latest on what you're seeing there. Robert, the U.S. expecting about 4 million refugees. Are you starting to see that influx now?
Constantly, Marnie, and what I think that is important to note here is that you've seen about 500,000 leave Ukraine at this point, but the flow of people leaving Ukraine is constant. But there is a bottleneck. We're about 10 miles away from the Ukraine-Polish border, and the line that people are queued up to the border, it'll take you over a day in order to get through it here in Poland. So the demand in order to leave Ukraine and get here is quite severe, and it'll take you a long time to get into the country. So that's why every single day here we're seeing more people show up, new faces arrive here, and all these people need help. You mentioned they just have the clothes on their back. That's why they're coming to places such as this camp behind us in order to get food, water, clothes, any other supplies. They're in desperate need of that.
The images are so heartbreaking, Robert. What are they telling you about the journey across the border to leave their homes, how much time they had, what they were able to bring with them?
What's interesting, Marnie, is that a lot of people who we spoke with said they didn't ever really believe it would come to this. They didn't think that they would have to abandon their whole livelihoods. But then when the shelling started and then when the conflict began, it was pretty instantaneous that they packed up and they left. So they did not have much time. Many of them took whatever kind of means of transportation they could find in order to get out of their city and close to the border. But then a lot of them had to walk another 20, 30 miles to get to the border and then stand in line for 1 to 2 days in order to get into a country such as Poland. And I don't know if you could tell because of the way that that you could see my breath on camera, but it is cold here. It's below freezing, and people are stuck in this for days on end.
Yeah, such long nights. Robert, you've been talking to a lot of these refugees. What is their strongest message tonight to Vladimir Putin, and what's happening?
Well, that is a name that we've brought up a few times with some of the refugees we've spoken with, a name that has elicited anger and fear from some of the refugees that are here. One woman we spoke with, she told us that she couldn't believe that this was happening. She had this message for the Russian president. Listen to this.
Прекратите войну, остановите кровопролитие.
Stop the war, stop the bloodshed. Do you see what you are doing? You are destroying families. I was crying for 3 days because I'm not sure I will see my husband ever again.
So a lot of people don't understand why it has come to this, why an invasion was necessary, but they've been caught right in the middle of this, forced to flee homes and livelihoods that have been near and dear to their heart for decades on end. This is the situation. This is their lives right now.
Wow, incredible. And they don't know how long they're going to have to stay there and if they'll have Ukraine to go back to. Robert Sherman live in Poland tonight. Robert, thank you. Be safe.